Alright, so we're going to make something like this. Put it back, so it looks at you at the camera. I still haven't sewn up the hole. Obviously when I do, it'll pull the stitches nice and straight. But this is a little, just a bit of a funny, a little 4-inch coaster with a smiley happy Christmas pudding on it. Okay, I have put the words "you really want to eat me" on it because I could do that easily in embroidery, but unless you get into using heat transfer vinyl, that bit may be a little bit difficult, so you may want to move this down the mat a little bit and not have the wording. But this is what we're up to for a moment, and I'll show you how. Very, very easy. But I picked something nice and easy because I want to drag you in to doing machine applique, which means, yeah, we put everything down and then we use our machine to do the cover stitch, all on a lock stitch machine. You don't need anything special, alright, but I'll show you how. Now the first thing you want to do is go on to the Facebook site, Crafty Sewing's Facebook site, and download a sheet that's called the overall placement, okay, because we'll work to that when we're ready, right? Then you want to go for, this is the manual way of doing it, cutting it with scissors. So you want to go and get the reverse cut sheet that's up there. It'll say reverse cut, all right? So everything is like the wrong way around, but we need that. Then you need to get yourself some sort of media, some sort of bonding material to iron onto the back of your fabric. Now I got examples of 2 types. Here's one. Okay, it's like greaseproof paper this side, and it's got sticky, fusible sticky on the other side. This is Wonder Web stuff, yeah. It works to a certain extent. I don't like it. I would suggest, if you want something that really works well for you, you go and get something like this, which is called Heat and Bond Light. Okay, Heat and Bond Light. And you get a roll of it like this, and as you can see, the back is proper paper, and I don't know if I allow, can you see it's shiny? Can you see it's shiny? Yeah. The glue on it is much better. If I just bring up the Heat and Bond, the Wonder Web again, no matter what I do to it, it's not shiny. There's, there's so much little glue on there, whereas this one, well, I can't get it to do it now. But trust me, it is shiny, and you can see, there's much more expanse of coverage, a little bit thicker glue. And after having done all this, the last thing you want to do is your lovely shapes to peel up and peel off. So for the normal method, taking your reverse cut template, and you can see I space things out, yeah. I've had to do what's white in purple, otherwise it wouldn't print out on the paper. And then I got red, green and brown, alright. So you want a piece that'll just cover most of it, yeah? Because you can always move the paper anyway. So let me I'm just cutting myself a bit of paper, a bit of the Heat and Bond that I know is going to work. Okay, now turning it over so that the bumpy sticky side is down on the paper, You may think, well, I can't see that very well, to be honest. You might think, oh, I can't see that very well. You can always use, here we go, I use this a load of this. A bit of painter's tape, obviously, to hold it down on your bit of paper so it doesn't move at all while you're mucking about. And I can see it through. I can. It may not come out on camera, but I can just about make it out. The other thing is you can do, the old-fashioned way of doing this, is to sellotape this to your window and let the sun shine through so that you can do it that way round. But I can see it, so I'm just going to do, let me find myself something simple. Here we are, the green hollies. With a biro, not a friction pen, because we're going to iron this onto the fabric. So if you used a friction pen, you'd have ironed out your lines. That's silly. So using either a very sharp pencil or a biro, an ordinary biro, yeah, you can then copy, I'm not very good at this, your lines for your cutout, yeah? Like this. That's terrible because I'm not concentrating because I'm on video. The next thing you can do, if you're a little bit more upmarket, bear with me. So, for a little bit of expense, this is an A4 Huion, Huion, off of Amazon. I don't know, 8-10 quid, something like that. Hardly anything, right? Let's turn it on. Okay, that's going to make everything around it dark because of the light box. Then, as you can see now, if I put my paper on, yeah, now I can really see what I'm doing, yeah, and just so it doesn't move, because I use painter's tape, freezer tape, paper tape. It's very low tack, very low sticky, yeah, so it's not going to affect my light box, my light pad. Oh no, that's too much. My light pad, okay, but that holds it down, so it's not going to move. You know, a quick wipe over with a damp cloth, that's gone. So now I can use my biro and I can do something more significant, like I want to do, well, you'll see the difference now. Now I can really see what I hope my head's not entirely in the shot, but I can draw my other holly leaf much better, yeah? So those are my two holly leaves, and I'll just go on and draw my smiley mouth that I want in red, and his shoes bits, yeah, yeah, and oh, and the berries, oh, drawing circles. Do you know, on the computer I can draw a perfect circle. These have deliberately got dents in them actually. Oh, not good. Right, so I can draw all of the pieces out. Okay, let's do his eyes. This is in white. Let's do his eyes. Right, let's do his pudding. Oh, comes down, goes round, and comes down, goes down, comes up and back. Equal bit of thingy-me-bobs, and there he is. And then that's square. Now, in some ways, if you've got a sharp pencil and you feel, oh, that one right, you can rub it out and do it again before we go any further, right? So then, the next stage after this, obviously you'll do all, what else have I got to do? 2 eyebrows and the pudding, yeah? That's it. I'm not going to do the lettering. I put it on there in case people I don't know. But anyway, the next thing is we can take this off the light box, turn the light box off, get rid of it. I do, you know, if you want to do a fair bit of applique, I do think for the money that's well worth it, because oh, I've had mine a couple of years and I have used it loads and loads of times, because you'd be surprised as you go on how you think yourself, oh, I need a light box here, and you haven't got one. And I know people do it up at the window, which you can put it up at the window in sunlight and do it perfectly, of course you can. But then if you want to do it at night, you're buggered, aren't you? Right, anyway, as I'm doing it now. So we've got our, so far, drawn shapes on, and with the paper stuff, a paper tape that I got, my freezer tape, yeah, I've now got more or less what I want to go on my fabric. Up to stage 2 now. Well, I've just found myself out a bit of scrappy, scruggly bit of white, which I'm going to use, yeah, but I'm going to pick a nice piece and just best press the best bit and cut it into a square and use that, but I'm going to best press it before I do this. So having best pressed this, it's like a bit of paper now, thick paper, I'm going to cut my drawing, yeah, get rid of that bit of tape, that's no good, is it? And I know this has got the wording on it, but those are the only bits I want in white. So now, on the back of the fabric, whichever you consider that to be, yeah, I'm going to go and hold that down for about 4 or 5 seconds on cotton setting, not linen, too hot, cotton setting, 4 or 5 seconds, and see if it sticks. Wait a minute. Okay, so that was 5 seconds, and as you can see, it's stuck. It's not peeling. Well, it's stuck, right? So that's, but I'm using heat and bond. I don't know what you do with Wonder Webby stuffy what's it. Now, I got paper scissors that I cut paper with, and then I got fabric scissors that I cut fabric with, okay? I've also got embroidery scissors that I cut fabric with, right? So depending how small things are, and it is at this stage that I can correct mistakes, because when I look at my tracing, most of it's okay, but that should be a smooth line. So I can correct that now with the scissors as I go, yeah? So first off, I am going to go, and I'm using the little scissors for this shape. Okay, as best I can to cut it as round as I can. Now it literally is, there it is, put it over there. It literally is as best as you can using this method. Okay, and remember, this is back to front. I'm trying my best to make them nice and round. I've got 2 there, so one is the paper. Yeah. Oh, I don't know which. One's the paper and one's the material, yeah? Right, okay. And then I think I'll use the bigger scissors for a moment, get into it, because I want to, from that point, I want to make that nice and rounded. And then when I get to that point, I'll then start using the smaller scissors to do, and then when I get to that bit, I'll use the bigger scissors to give it a more rounded feel, yeah? See how I do it? And then smaller scissors to go in and out the way I want. And then I might go back to bigger scissors now for a nicer curve. And then smaller scissors to go in and out and around. Alright, I'm doing my best here. Alright. Oh, I don't know whether I want it. I'm just stopping there. I'm going to use my bigger scissors to say, let's come round. Let's just, come round. Right, so there's my pudding part. So that's all that in white fabric. Now, what we need to do is establish which is which. So the paper side is got to come away. There's no two ways about it. Somehow, and this may take some time, so I might speed the video on. Well, what you can do, actually, trick, is take a pin, okay, and score the paper with a pin, yeah? Then you can bend the paper on the score, yay, see, and pull the paper away. So now, if I move my hand, can you see there's a sheen on that, which is the glue, and that is the right side, all right? And obviously we need to do that with the other two parts. And then changing fabrics, we're going to do this, with the green, the red, the green and the red, and that's red as well, isn't it? Where's the brown? Oh, I didn't do the brown, but if you had brown, you would do it. So you would end up with your shapes, the eyes, the pudding top, and all the other colours. So that's how you do it if you were cutting out by scissors as you go, yeah? So I'm going to stop this video here, and then I'm going to do a video showing people how they would do it if they were using a cutting machine. And then both of us come back to the third video, which is when we got all our shapes cut and how we put them together. Okay?